What's going on, everybody? This is David Mitchell here, and welcome back to Fans of Train, episode 82. And, yep, CSX have a third heritage unit, and it is the Seaboard. And, yes, I'm making a meme because of how it looked. If you're at, for people who are asking why the back gray. But, yeah, it's funny. A little bit of comical youth for Athlete Seaboard system. Hopefully, maybe soon, if it might be my first one, if I ever catch it. But I got something to tell y'all, which I talked about it in yesterday's live stream. I finally saw my first freight heritage unit by Norfolk Southern, and it was 81,000. The nickel plate road heritage unit. And thing is, I forgot to catch it on video. I saw it, but I forgot to catch it on video. So that was oof.
Hello.
So yeah. Also Vela in the room.
Hello, guys.
But boy, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, and I am going to get some of the guys on. But yeah, it's been a crazy time for railroading. So yeah. But it's been crazy. Also, shout out to Pensy Fan. Hopefully we can get him on tonight. If not, then oh well. But it's been one of those crazy. But
Yeah, it's unattended.
but let's go ahead and get Gord online.
Oh, shout out to Gork.
Yep, shout out to our bud Gord.
Gork. Sorry, David, my head's hurting. Oh, that's the reason why you don't leave your gate and switch unattended. The bugs will come after you. Oh, you want a fan?
Hey Gord.
Hey, Gork.
You doing good, bud?
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a while since I got you on a live stream.
Nice.
I've been really busy.
Rock and roll.
I know. Hey, did you see in the video I sent you? Talking
Look.
about almost a month ago, talking about Train Sim World.
Yeah, I was just playing. I just finished in a solo service in the Boston one. It hasn't come out yet.
Dude, they finally.
What?
Oops, sorry. You can say what you were going to say.
That timetable didn't come out yet. The new. I got the new British route though, the one that came out with the electrified commuter line.
Oh, can you believe that they finally added freight to the Northeast Corridor?
Well, they haven't added it yet, like I was saying. Like I'm waiting for that. I haven't played the route since the update got announced because I didn't want. I don't know if they're releasing more Amtrak equipment or not. Hopefully they are. They kind of hinted at it. It might not.
More likely they will, but
at some hopefully.
But for the New Jersey one, they are adding freight. Also, they're adding the Long Island stuff. So you're going.
Yeah, I saw those AI trains.
But that's going to make it even better with the variety.
Yeah, I understand the ALP 45 already. That's a serious piece of equipment they need to add that operates.
You might.
Same with the counter cars, but they'll probably do that as a Loco DLC.
Can I fix the fan on me? Sorry.
But
because the NEC doesn't have a DLC yet. Like I think every route has like at least like one DLC. Except for a few that aren't that popular, like the Nittertal Bond just came out. The Oakville sub doesn't have one. Sherman Hill got the heritage units. Here, I'll go through the routes. I'll list them off the top of my head. Boston got the Acela, which is my last play. The Rosaline got the anniversary thing. Bond Streka, Oldenburg, I don't think they got any. That's fairly new. Birmingham Cross City doesn't have any because that's also fairly new. Cane Creek doesn't have anything because not a lot of people liked it. Catherine Circle, I think, got some. Clinchfield didn't. East Coast Away, I don't think so. Edinburgh, fairly new. Gossip Lilies came out. Great Western Express, I don't think has anything. There's a bunch of British DLCs I don't have, so I'll just say the German ones and the American ones. Cause
To be honest, I'm going to bring that up. I think, and you might think I'm crazy, I think they're going to finally add some more stuff to the Oakville sub, which, if you remember when I said that route was...
No, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I agree with you. They should definitely have that.
Like, literally, because there are people that crapping on the route saying, oh, it was a terrible route. No, it ain't. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible route. Like,
Right.
Am I right?
I'll play it once in a while. Like, I really don't have to. I really have to not like routes to not play. Like, I don't like Clinchfield that much. I don't like Cane Creek. I don't like the Cathart Circle. What else do I not like? I don't like the Harlem line. It's right near me because they haven't. Like, they're missing all like they're missing like half the equipment necessary for the route to be like realistic.
But also they
Horseshoe Curve I played sometimes. That's a really good route. They're missing Amtrak, but that's not too big.
Like, to be honest, like, if they add Amtrak to the Horseshoe Curve, that would be good. If they added Cajon Pass, it would be good. Now, when they...
I don't think... You go, I'm sorry.
Now, if they do Cajon Pass, they're going to add, like, the, you know... So, I forgot what cars are called again.
What?
The Streamliners, am I right?
Superliners.
Like... I have a feeling at some point we're going to be seeing the Superliners in Train Sim World and also the P-42s.
Well, here's my problem. Okay, so Sherman Hill used to have Amtrak, right? That's 2 services a day. Cajon Pass is 2 Superliner services a day. I'm just looking. Peninsula could use the Coast Starlight as an AI train. Sand Patch uses Superliners.
Mm-hmm.
Horseshoe Curve does not. Harlem Line doesn't have any Amtrak. Clinchfield don't. Cane Creek don't. So obviously, Long Island doesn't.
But
yeah, so that's one. Let me see. One. Okay, well here they might not do Sherman Hill because that's present day. Amtrak hasn't run on there in like a decade. So Cajon Pass and Sand Patch grade. Super lines.
Mm-hmm. Now
that's only 4 services. Yes. So I don't think they'd be. They might. They could do like an Amtrak like long distance DLC. I think they need to add Viewliners because that could be used on Boston Sprinter for the Night Owl and the Lakeshore Yard service.
Mm-hmm. Now the other one that could probably do it because, to be honest, I think we might probably have Mariah Pass coming in the future, you know?
That's the Empire Builder, right?
Yes.
Okay.
To be honest...
sorry.
To be honest, it would be nice to see Mariah Pass in Train Sim World. That's
BMSF, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, they could layer over equipment. That wouldn't be too hard to do. I would like to see that Red Smash route. Like I was saying with the Viewliners, they can be used for Boston Sprinter for 2 or 4 services, I guess.
Also, if they...
The baggage car, check, looking. Trenton uses them for every single long-distance train on that route. And, yeah, I think that's it for American stuff.
Now,
all right.
Now, what I was trying to say, and what I'm going to be on it about if they do Mariah's Path, they're also going to have that branch line. You know, the branch line that go up to that one small town.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Because it was part of the original in the classic, you know?
Yeah, but they just like doing busy mainlines. That's the whole thing about Train Sim World. I don't understand why they did Cane Creek. That wasn't a very sensible route, but they did it.
Here, Jane, when they did Cane Creek, they did the whole route it was connected to.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't just do that. Like, Horseshoe Curve and Sand Patch have a few branches off like coal mining, and I get that, but I don't think they'd add like a whole like side branch. Like, I'm kind of mad like they didn't do the Princeton Dinky on the the New York Trenton route, because that would have been they don't have the equipment, but it would have been a very easy add-on because there's only one station.
I know, and that would have been good. Now there is another team that I will, and I'm going to go back to the Oakville sub. Like, to be honest, that team deserve a DLC. The Oakville sub deserve a DLC. Like, am I right?
No, here I'll like give you a DLC idea of mine for. I wouldn't say every US route. Here's the ones I would like. So in general, for all of them, I would like an Amtrak long distance add-on, P42, ALC 42, Superliners and Viewliners and all that for that stuff. Specifically, Boston Sprinter, I would like some more MBTA equipment. That's really what they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I have so many routes. I'm only missing like 3 routes. Harlem line, they're missing the M8s for the New Haven line and P32 for north of Southeast services, which go sort of near me. Horseshoe Curve, they need more NS equipment, SD70, ETCs, SD60Es, all the stuff that runs up in that Horseshoe Curve that they're missing. They only have one fixed axle. Long Island, they're missing the M9s and the DM30s, which are the new modes in that line. They go out far east beyond third rail territory.
Also,
Trenton, a crap ton of commuter equipment. Peninsula Corridor really needs to get the electrification update. San Patch Gray, just more CSX equipment. Sherman Hill, more Union Pacific equipment going past more BNSF equipment.
You know, and what I would think about with the Long Island, you know, the one thing about the Long Island that they forget to add, and that's the freight. Because
there isn't a lot of freight on Long Island, though. I wish there is the potential for more, but it's just not there to like. It's only like 1 or 2 services a day. It's not worth the effort to make an entire DLC for them.
But
it's not profitable. You have to think about the route selling. A lot of people want to get it. Like they have to play it a lot. Like you think about that.
Sorry.
And to be honest, like thing is that the freight, like that one thing that underutilized because they do got them unique stuff that they use for haul freight. Like they have mainline switchers, like mainline axle.
No, I've been down there to see it. The problem is it doesn't run very often. So if I were them and I was looking for a profitability like thing, I would totally go for making it more Long Island equipment.
Like, and Dana, I see people who have to mod that stuff in who love it. Like there are part in the Train Sim World community that are overlooked, you know? Am I right?
That's fair, but again, you really have to think about the economic part of it. They need to make money.
I know, like, here, Jane, what I would do, like, have a pack of, like, the DLC pack that would go with every route that involved local freight. Like, have a local freight DLC, you know? For everything, you know? But let me...
Yeah, but again, they have to model in all the industries and everything. It's just not worth it on their part for, like, the economic benefit of it.
Now, there is one thing that I will be on it about with when I was telling you about the Oakville sub. Like, and when I was saying that people hate that route, like, Jesus Christ, it get hated for the wrong reasons, you know?
Well, a lot of people don't like the local switching stuff. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'll do it once in a while, but, like, it's not my favorite. I'd rather just run, you know, mainline trains. It's, like, I get more enjoyment out of it.
Like, for me, like, this is what I'll be on about. I love switching. I love local freight. And here at the thing that I'll be on it with the Oakville sub, when I was talking about that they done it dirty, is that you got long-distance freight train, you got Go Transit, you got Via Rail, you got Amtrak. That route had so much potential, and they shot it down.
They need to expand upon the route. They need to add more stations for Go Transit and stuff like that.
But they really shot it down because, one, that route could have been done. And actually, I looked at it, and there are about 6 stations. Am I right? Like, I know there are about 5 to 6 stations on the Oakville sub in the game.
Yeah.
And thing is, to be on it, with Go Transit and Via Rail and Amtrak, it would have made the route more variety. Heck, it could have made the Oakville sub one of the most popular routes in Train Sim World, you know? Am I right?
Yeah.
Because it would have up for everybody, like long distance, like local freight, like commuter trains.
I think they need to get more development teams on the game to make more routes because they're like pushing them out pretty slowly. I know they just the new route was made by I don't know if this I'm driving the new British route. I don't know if this was made by Just Trains or they're making a different one, but they definitely need more development teams on board. There's only one more planned development team to get added to the game in the short term.
Well,
and they specialize in like Eastern Asian routes, so that will be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now here, Zane. Now with Saber Interaction owning Dovetail, like, and we know how good Saber Interactive is. Am I right?
Yes. After they started owning it, I've seen a lot of improvement on like feedback from the community, like the trend line thing. Everyone was mad about that, so they did something about it. That used to happen with other routes, and they just wouldn't care. Like, all right, well, we're just making another one.
Like,
so I thought that was good since they've taken over. There's been more. They've been hearing more from the community.
Now here, Jane, like with the North-East corridor route in New Jersey, when you get into New York, they need to fix Union Station. Like, have they fixed the pillars problem and the station platform where all the trains clipped in?
What do you mean?
You remember when you are coming into Union Station?
That station.
Like, right there in New York, have they fixed the clipping into the platform and into the pillars?
That's on a lot of routes. Like, if you really look closely at some stations on, like, almost every route, there's always missing catenary somewhere. There's cutting the platform. There's the pantograph cutting into the overhang of the station. It's like, it's really hard to pick out every little thing.
Now, here...
But I don't think they have, but they might be fixing it with the next update. Again, I don't know yet. It hasn't come out.
Well, with Saber Interactive, they take that stuff serious. Heck.
Yeah, so I'm 99% sure they fixed it.
Like, hopefully
we definitely need to get on Caltrain, though, and get the electrification and everything once that opens up with the new trains.
To be honest, I think what they're going to do with that, they're going to have a past and a future variant. Like, you know, like time skip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have that on one route already. I forgot what city it's for in Germany. It's Nestbahn thing. They have the original timetable when they released the route, and then they updated it like a year or two after, and they added a second timetable from then. So you could play the original one, or you could play the second one.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's something else I am going to bring up, is that there are none around that someone actually managed to mod, like, you know, the... Oh, let me remember. Like, you know, the Crinchfield route?
Yeah.
Someone managed to mod the Crinchfield route to add, like, modern-day CXX and freight and all of that.
Yeah, it's just in the Creators Club. I could do that if I want to right now.
And to be honest, like, heck, like, you know, like, the Clinchfield line, like, the one right there, like, it's so simple to update and modernize the line. Like all they didn't need to do... They have
to add all new scenery. It's almost like remaking the route, although they already have the track layout.
I know, like, all they have to do is remove some of the track to make it look like what on Google Earth. Also, they have to make... Because some of the coal mines are actually shut down in the modern day. So, you know, make it more realistic.
Yeah.
But they're actually more customer on the line now.
Sorry.
Jeez, Avel, you're gassy today. But
sorry.
To be honest, what I'll be honest about, Gord, like, they have so much potential with that route too. You know what I mean? Like, and here at something else I remember. You know the NS line, the Pittsburgh line in Train Sim World?
Horseshoe Curve.
Yes. I realized it. There is a part of the line where they interchange with RJ Corman, you know?
Yeah, but that's, again, adding all this stuff, they have to get more licensing right agreements, add more trains, model everything. It's not an easy process.
I know, but it will be worth it in the end, you know?
Really, it's one interchange.
But here, Jane, with RJ Corman, if they get the name for that, they can outreach to jump into RJ Corman routes too. That'll be a bonus because trust me, there are a lot of RJ Corman lovers, and having that'll be something that they'll buy like in an instant, you know? Because I would talk to a friend who is an RJ Corman fan. He exactly told me if RJ Corman had a route in Train Sim World, doesn't matter what route it is, he would go bonkers. Like, there is a whole fan page for RJ Corman. Also, there is another railroad that I would think about that would be kind of cool to do, and that would be, you know, the Iowa Interstate, you know? Because, like, there are so many routes that they could be doing that would be so beneficial, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard.
I think they should just focus on fixing the current routes in the game.
To be honest,
and then worry about other routes, because like a lot of them are broken. They're like they need an update. Like some of them haven't been updated since they first came out.
Mm-hmm. That I agree with too. Like, do some work. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard. Am I right about that, man?
I mean, it is pretty hard, but they need to do it. It's their job.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's something else I will be saying. Like, and this is what I'll be saying about is that work on some of the routes, get those fixed, even the Northeast Corridor route, like, improve it. Like, there's so much more they could be doing with the Northeast Corridor routes. Heck, it'll be a big fix. Am I right?
As in,
like adding some stuff that emission that should be in there. That would be big. You know?
Like, what do you think they should add?
Like, to be honest, like, even if it's not like add AI trains that are not RJ Corman, but Long Island Freight Train AI. You know? Like, to add a little.
The Long Island Freight. Oh, are you talking about on the Long Island route?
Yes.
Well, again, they only run like once or twice a day at best, so it's not worth it for them to model all this stuff and get the licensing rights from a third-party railroad just to have one or two services that they're going to charge people like $10 for an add-on. I just don't think it's worth it.
Now here, Jane, if that add-on with $2, maybe $1 add-on, that would work. You know?
Yeah, but keep in mind they have to go through all that work. I don't think they're going to want to sell it for cheap. They went through all that work to do that.
But to be honest, Gord, like, people want more variety in Train Sim World, you know?
Yeah.
And to be honest, a lot of people are actually getting tired of the same old, you know, like, I was talking to a guy on the Facebook group, like the Train Sim World Facebook group, and he exactly told me that he was getting sick and tired of always having mainline freight and mainline passenger trains for America. And he said, why can't they do, and what he said in his post, like, he said, why can't they do, like, you know, local railroads, like, you know, all that stuff, like, maybe like a branch or something?
Well, like, because most people who play the game like mainline freight stuff and mainline passenger. Again, that's what I like. That's why I love playing this game.
Like,
I get very impatient, like roaming around a yard at like 10 miles an hour. It's not fun to me.
To be honest, what I'm going to be on about Gord, like they're only focused. Got hair in my mouth. But they're only focusing on one area of the community and neglecting the other area of the community.
It's a majority of the community. You want to plead the masses. Please, I can't talk.
Well, I was on to it and found out that only about 50% of the community, that half of the community, you know?
Yeah.
So it's split right down the middle, like literally hit post caused a debate in the Facebook group to the point where the admin actually had to delete the post. Because people were starting to fight and bicker with each other, like over it, like cussing people out and all that. Like it was that crazy. Like I actually watched it went down, literally. And there is a lot of people who want like local or operational stuff and not like mainline running. There are actually a lot of them. But they want both. You know what I mean?
You cut out for the past like a minute and a half.
I'm sorry. I was trying to say that there are a lot of them out there. Like literally, there are a lot of people that I did talk to who want mainline, like not mainline, but like operational stuff, like picking up, dropping off, like moving stuff around instead of, like mainline freight. Like I actually talked to someone and he said that he loved building trains, but he said that in Train Sim World, it feels like you cannot do that. And only two routes you can very good is on the Horseshoe Curb and Oakville. And he said that it's actually also the Clinchfield route too. Almost forgot that one. But he told me that he said he to the point of them did doing mainline freight. He to the point where he did going over to Train Simulator, Train with a Z. He to the point of going over to them because of what they do, because he think it better,
Yeah.
Literally, there are people who are part of the community who are getting sick and tired of the mainline running, who are going to go over to other train simulators because they're getting sick and tired. Heck, a lot of them are actually going over, the train simulator called Run 8?
Yeah.
A lot of them are going over to Run 8. And that's crazy because Run 8 is starting to get super popular again. Like,
yeah.
Plus they added Waycross sub. So a lot of people are happy about that. But to be honest, what I'm going to be honest about, people want more than just mainline freight running. People want to build train, be able to deliver stuff. And they're getting, a lot of them, and what I've seen in the community, are getting sick and tired of mainline running when it comes to American and Canadian routes. Heck, to be honest, I'll be honest, another thing I'm going to bring up, there are a lot of Canadian routes that they could be adding, Like,
yeah, and I think their problem is licensing issues.
I know. Like, thing is that they don't have to license the route. It's the railroad companies. Am I right?
What?
Yeah.
I don't. They could have easily added like a VIA route by now, and they haven't. I don't understand.
Like,
and more Amtrak routes like the sort of flat into the Empire Corridor, all the very busy Amtrak routes.
Mm-hmm. And thing is,
the corridor is the busiest, but there's other ones.
You might think I'm going to be crazy for it, but, I think they're going to stop, supporting, Train Simulator Classic,
Once they can get a lot, I don't think that'll be for a while. It won't be until they have a lot more content on here.
Yeah. That's
They don't
true.
have, I own almost everything. I'm missing like 3 routes and like 5 locomotive DLCs.
What I'm going to be on about is that, and I will bring it up, is that once they get enough stuff and actually get a route builder, like where people can build routes and stuff for train.
Or again,
World.
they just need like more dev teams to make more routes. I mean, obviously make sure the quality is good. So
Like,
that's like an important part because these are very detailed routes. But like
that too,
they
but
need more teams on this. But
That-
to have that again, it's a business. They need more. They need more customers. Which I guess if they make the route, they might have more customers.
exactly. And the thing is that I'm going to bring it up that moment that they get enough route and enough variety in Train Sim World, you know that they're going to quit supporting, Train Simulator Classic. They won't shut it.
I mean, graphics need to move on at some point. This is as best as you're going to get right now. There might be another train simulator in the future that's even better graphics than this.
To the point is that I know for a fact they're not going to shut Train Simulator Classic down because a lot of people would be pissed.
I think they still have a large player base that will still create stuff like Train Z.
Yeah, they do, but to be honest, they would not be supporting it anymore. They won't shut it down, that for sure.
Yeah.
Because they know the community would be pissed. But I know for a fact, and what I'm going to be on about, that they would, probably, not make any more stuff for, Train Simulator Classic, but have, the community do it,
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's what Train Z did. I think it could work again.
Mm-hmm. And another thing is that I'll be on it about, and what I'm going to be on it about, is that, like, we've seen how Mud Runner Spin Tires was saved by the modding community. Like, let's be honest, the only reason that them two games survived to the point where Saber Interactive was able to buy them was because of their modding community. And the thing is that what led up to eventually for Snow Runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with Saber Interactive know that the modding community and map building community is the key to keep games like SnowRunner alive. Even though they do DLC and maps, they know that when you have people who build map and build vehicles, like mod vehicles and all that, it extends your game life by almost a decade to 2. Heck, with Saber Interactive, they're going to use same stuff that they did for SnowRunner and Mud Runner. They're going to use that on Train Sim World, So,
like what?
Like making it where you're able to build maps, probably, like build locomotive, like they already have locomotive reskin, and am I right? Like where you can reskin locomotive, so.
Yeah. But I'm assuming the right builder. Some locomotive reskins are really good and others are really bad.
Oh, that's true. But once.
So obviously you have a quality control issue, but the really good ones are going to gain popularity.
Mm-hmm. But did what I'll be on about and Jane with the club and stuff that they're going to use what they do with the with the reskin thing where you can reskin a locomotive and make a locomotive variant. I think they're going to do that for maps, like where you can be able to make your own map.
Mm-hmm.
So that can probably happen in next Train Sim World game,
Yeah.
Because we are seeing Train Sim World get better and better with time,
Yeah, again, ever since Saber took over, they've been a lot better with updates and stuff.
Like, let's be honest, Dubcell, they were neglecting the game. Let's be honest.
They were just bought Dovetail entirely, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like, and let's be honest, Dovetail was neglecting the game in their game because they got a little too greedy with money. Am I right?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's the same people, so, but yeah, I agree.
And Dovetail, with them now being bought out by, Saber Interactive, that's a good thing for the Train Sim World community, Because that mean we could be seeing more route. And let's be honest, Saber Interactive, they don't care about money. They care about entertainment and making people happy.
They don't care about money, but you're going to get your money a lot easier by your community and consumers being a lot happier.
Exactly. And that's the same because they know when people are playing their game and wanting to keep it alive longer, people will do anything to keep it alive. Heck, even pay money. Am I right? And that's what I'm going to bring up with Saber Interactive. They're probably, when they do bring out the next Train Sim World game, they're going to probably bring a route builder in, you know? I'm not going to lie, but I do see that actually happening soon, you know?
Yep.
And they're probably going to take a note out of Train with a Z notebook, you know?
Yeah.
Because with Train with a Z, let's be honest, the reason why Train with a Z managed to last how long as it did and make so much money is that because people were able to build route, like make their own route and share them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And hell, that actually saved the game back in 06, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Train with a Z 26. Well, I have that one.
Same trains.
Train with a Z.
I love trains and the Z.
Like I have 06 and 2010. Ironic thing, I have not played them in almost a decade, both of them. But I would like to get back into Trains with a Z once I get a new computer or something.
Don't you want to dance into trains?
But the thing is that reason why their community lasted so long and their game lasts so long is because they got a modded community, download community. You know what I mean? With make it even crazier. Oh, being that, Gord, you're gonna laugh at me. Like, I know you. Have you ever spotted the Nickel Plate Road Heritage unit?
Oh, sure.
The sticker unit?
No. Norfolk Southern Heritage unit.
Excuse me.
No, I don't think so. What?
Dude, you're gonna laugh at it. 2 days ago, when me and my wife were coming home heading home from the restaurant, I was looking down on Interstate 26 because we were getting ready to go over to NS Rail Yard. And get what locomotive I saw when we went over the bridge. 81,000, the Nickel Plate Road Heritage unit. And I forgot to catch it on video.
Nice.
I should have caught that on video, but I didn't.
You know the first bench of the AC-44 C6Ms at NSS?
Yes.
4,000. So I live near CSX line, so they don't come down very often. So you know where Selkirk Yard is?
Oh yeah, I seen where it is on Google Maps.
Me and my friend got up at 6 in the morning to go see it, and it never left Selkirk.
Wow.
We were there cheap. It just never left.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? But to be honest,
I haven't been out lately though. I've just been super busy.
I know.
I'm going to training all day.
Heck, you know one thing I hope you know Demetrius come back. Like he got to come back. You know.
Why?
Like you know the American Rail Club.
Yeah.
Like he got to come back. It's been almost 8 months, or technically not 8 months, but about 4 to 6 months. You know.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I watched them a really long time ago. His stream just got like dry, I guess.
No, the reason why because he got busy with life again, and probably he was dating a new girl.
Yeah.
But he'd been helping out with family and trying to get a new job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hopefully, and the thing I'll be hoping for is that eventually he come back because, oh boy, a lot of stuff have happened since his last live stream. Like, and I'm not even kidding.
Sorry, David.
So, there is a lot of stuff that happened since last time he done a live stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, wow. Being that, have you watched the Pensy article today?
Yeah, I saw it.
To be honest, I'm the one who actually sent him the link to show the, Bill and stuff. So he should have gave me a shout out on his YouTube channel, but I'm fine with that. But
Does he live stream it or just like post it like after the fact?
like he posts the videos, but
So it's not, he was live streaming because he messed up a bunch of stuff.
But I'm just going to bring it up. If I do, I'm going to invite Pensy Fan on one of my live stream again. Like last week, I actually invited him to my live stream last week.
Did he join?
Yep. He actually joined my live stream last week, man.
Has Brightline been on?
Yep. It was him, me, and Pensy Fan.
Nice.
Me, him, and Pensy Fan were talking about a lot of railroad and stuff.
When was the stream?
Last week.
Today, like last week?
Yeah, thing is, I was doing some model train magazine review first, and then after that got done, I invited him and Brightline online.
Nice.
Like, it was good. To be honest, that was first time I ever got Pensy Fan on one of my live stream, Like, he probably busy tonight, because he not online right now. Plus, Brightline is probably busy right now, too, anyway.
Yeah.
Both of them are offline. Or actually, Pensy Fan is on right now, actually.
Might have been fun.
I'm probably going to invite him again, But let's be honest, Gord. Like, Pensy Fan is pretty good at what he does.
I wish he would go more in depth on each of his topics. For most topics, he just says it and then like doesn't go in depth on it like at all.
I know, but
Other than that, I agree he is pretty good.
Now, have you ever watched the Terminate broadcast?
The what?
Terminate broadcast.
No, I don't think I have.
They talk about trains and stuff in the railroad community. Also, they got a thing called the Class 1 Mantle of Responsibility.
Cool.
It's pretty cool because they talk about stuff in the railroading community, like the Mantle of Responsibility stuff. It's pretty awesome. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a cool thing,
Yeah.
Because funny thing is, the Mantle of Responsibility talking about what railroads screwed up. Like, and who have not screwed up to earn the Mantle of Responsibility. Like, it's cool,
Yeah.
But I always like watching their video because they get the funny stuff down. Plus, they got a little section where they have a thing called Locomotive Versus, where they, try to see which steam engine is better. It's a whole cool thing. And also, they got trading cards now.
Funny.
You know what I mean? Like, the trading cards are cool. Hold on 1 minute. Let me try to invite. 1 minute. Damn it. I still gotta get the worked out when I'm doing the thing on things. Oh, there we go. Alright, there we go. Pensy Fan should be joining us soon. But let me be honest, is that the Terminate broadcast, they're pretty funny at what they do. Being that They are so popular to the point where we got trading cards, you know?
What do you guys, do you have like a link or something?
I can send you a link later on after the live stream.
Okay.
Because it's a pain in the butt finding the link to their trading cards, Jane, you know? But they've been selling them at the, you know, WWF at the Narrow Gauge Railroad up in Maine. You know what railroad I'm talking about.
I think so, yeah.
You know that 2-foot narrow gauge short railroad that up in Maine?
No.
Wow. Dude, I need to send you a link later on about the WWF. It'll blow your mind that it's a narrow gauge railroad that were rebuilt from the ground up from what it looked like back in the 30s, you know? It's pretty cool. Also, they have their friends in the, you know, Railroad Museum out in Denver, Colorado, where they are out reselling them too, you know? Like, it's all pretty cool shit that they're doing. Like, no doubt about it. But it's something I have to give credit to, you know? But I did send you a link to some of their video. Their video can be about an hour, maybe 2 hours long. They have even gone up to 4 hours talking about railroad and stuff. Like, literally. And they also have something that they do called the Latest Train on Amtrak, where the Latest Train on Amtrak is where they get what Amtrak train is elated on a map before the one who checks it tell them what the latest one is. The one who's the closest wins and get bragging rights. Which, I'm not going to lie, to be honest, I would probably win that because I live right by the train tracks. You know?
Yeah.
So, I would have been able to tell if Amtrak is running late or not in my area, you know, because they would probably disqualify me because I live right by the train line. You know?
You want to play it now?
Nah. Because I'm not...
What train do you think is the latest?
It would have to be something in California, you know?
I'm guessing California Zephyr. No, Sunset Limited.
Well, PO 89 did pass, meaning he an hour late.
Yeah, here, I'll check you.
Like, I'm not even kidding, PO 89 did pass. The Silver Meteor are probably late right now, too, by an hour.
Sunset's an hour and 30. Hour and 30. Oh, California Zephyr, 7 hours, 20 minutes late.
Oh! I said something in California.
I second-guessed myself.
Dude, to be honest...
In the Canadians, only 6 hours and 30 minutes late.
Oh! To be honest...
The Maple Leaf to Toronto is 3 hours late.
Now here, Jane, the rules of, you know, the latest train on Amtrak, the people who are guessing cannot look at the Amtrak map until the end.
No, I know. Well, yeah, just two of us were playing. We both put in our guess box, looked at it. Oh.
But
at the end of the stream, that would make sense. All right.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to use the bathroom.
But it's funny. It's crazy. All right, Gordon in the bathroom. But yeah, what it. Let's get Pensy Fan on, like, ring it. Cool. But it's funny. Not sure why. Different. Due to family. Oh, I know the reason why. Pensy Fan cannot join the live stream right now. Oof. Oh, that sucks. Oof, that sucks.
I'm back.
All right. Well, I did found out from Pinsy Fan he unable to join the chat right now.
Okay.
Family problems. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That, to be honest, that would do it right there. Family problems. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
We can. Why not we try to see if Brightline is willing to join if he is still up? You know?
What time is it? It's late 9. He's probably up.
Well, he live in the Democratic Republic. It get dark.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's our time zone.
It is, but he got a strict mom, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even though he an adult, he's, to be honest, me and my wife do live with my mom, but, you know, it's because of how hard the economy is.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that.
But, yeah. But it's just been a crazy time for railroading, you know? But it's just been crazy. Now, what do you think about Amtrak finally fixing the problem with their, you know, new locomotives?
The Avelias or the Chargers?
The Chargers.
I was gonna say, because the Avelia initial, like, I don't even think they had anything wrong with them. Like, if okay, here I'm going a little off topic. They went through, you know, the test site in Colorado.
Yep.
They passed the Avelias passed every single test there with flying colors. It's because the Northeast Corridor is such like horrid track conditions.
Also,
like these trains are like these trains are like they're the power cars are exact copies of TGV, so they're meant to run on like world class high speed rail lines.
Also,
and at the Northeast Corridor, so they're obviously not going to run very well.
Also, Jane, is it that Alan Fisher did a video about them last week? You remember?
I don't even remember what he said in the video. I watched it. I forgot though.
He did model of the new locomotive are brand new, like a new variant.
Yes, that's what he said. So yes, so the French have orders for the same exact power car as the Avelia, but we have tilting coaches. They have double decker non-tilting coaches.
And Jane, is it that we're like the ones here in the in the U.S. are a whole new testing bed for them. So
we should have been running them by now, and they're just running tests on. They started running tests on theirs last winter, but it's essentially the same thing, except again they have double decker cars that don't tilt. We have single deck cars that do tilt.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
either way, they probably wouldn't have been successful here. So they just have to improve the Northeast Corridor itself.
What point is that? Saying that they're saying it because of, you know, the computer and programming in the locomotive and all that.
Yeah, again, that wasn't even a problem. It's just the terrible quality of the Northeast Corridor.
Like, thing is that they need to upgrade and stop, you know, to instead of repairing the catenary, put new catenaries up, you know?
They've been doing that around the Northeast Corridor. The worst part of the Northeast Corridor is between New York City and New Haven, and it's run by Metro North. Or I guess not New York City because it's New Rochelle to New Haven, which is owned by Metro North. Well, they just don't care. They don't care. They don't care about speed. They don't care about how like smooth the ride is. They just need train and go from A to B, and that's why it's like that. And at least New Jersey Transit, MARC, CTRL, and MBTA care a bit more and are like willing to work with Amtrak to make
I know,
high speed move.
And Jane is, and what I'll be honest about that, they have been working on the area from Washington D.C. up to New York. And
they just got a bunch. So they're working out. They're getting the new tunnels and Penn, which are going to take forever. I'm not joking. I guarantee those things won't be in service for at least another 15 years. I'm being optimistic about that. By the way, it'll probably be longer.
I know.
So I think we might have a serious problem if they give out in the next decade or two.
That why they need to set into high gear and start, you know, working on, you know.
Yeah, they're replacing the Portal Bridge. Yeah, I'm like going from New York City to Washington, like from memory. We're replacing Portal Bridge, which is good. That thing slows trains down from 90 to 60 just to let them go 90 again. So at least we're fixing that. I think they'll be all 110-mile-an-hour track once the bridge and tunnels are done.
Hopefully,
and then between New Brunswick and Trenton, they are upgrading all the catenary, so the Acellus could do upwards of 160. They could do 180. I know damn well they could. I don't know why they're limiting them to 160, but they are. Or the new ones. The old Acellus are maximum 165, which I don't know why they're not running those at 160 right now.
I know. Now, seeing it, what I'm
only I think two. Okay, well here there's two segments of it. There's I'd say like 2/3 of the length is one segment, 1/3 of the segment's the other. So that smaller segment's done, but there's this 130-mile-an-hour curve that like bisects the two.
Mm-hmm.
So if they, I mean, I think they should have reprofiled that curve as part of the project and made it good for at least like 150.
I know.
But right south of Princeton Junction, like 2 miles or something, between there and the track's not upgraded yet. They've done like 150 on it, but like they want to do it right now because it's not FRA approved or something. It's some BS that they make up.
To be honest, reason why it's taking so long is because of the NIMBY, red tape, and all that.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah. I wouldn't even say NIMBYs because like that section of tracks is like in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
That's why the dink exists. It's just in the middle of nowhere.
Also, CSX got another Heritage unit now. They got 3 Heritage units, by the way. Can you believe that?
Yeah, took them long enough. I wish they didn't do the fade thing, but it doesn't look horrible.
What one do you think is going to come next now that they have the chassis system, the B&O, and the Seaboard? What Heritage unit do you think going to come next for number 4 and number 5?
I want them to do New York Central, but I have a feeling one of them is going to be Conrail, and then let me think. I know one of them is probably for a fact is going to be Conrail.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, Conrail probably going to be the easiest one out of all of them because of how it is.
Yeah, and then I'd say the other one's probably Penn Central. Those are my 2 bets.
Oh, yeah.
I really want one to be New York Central, but they're going to do it at some point. I live right near the New York Central main line.
Oh,
so.
that right, because Conrail did own Penn Central, or technically...
Penn Central was the Conrail before Conrail.
And when you think about it, that means CSX and Norfolk Southern both have rights over that name. Am I right?
They both have rights over a lot of them.
So that's going to be awkward word right there.
Well, here's my take on it. Every railroad had a different paint scheme, right? So, like, for example, New York Central had the one that NS 1066 currently wears, but they also had they had a different style, a different scheme. So I'm hoping that, like, CSX goes for other schemes that NS didn't do.
I know.
For example, the New York Central one, I like the one that the NS one wears the best, but the other ones don't look terrible.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be crazy seeing what one come next. Heck,
Penzi, what paints did Penzi have besides the... Ooh, you know what I would like to see? You know how the Penzi had the silver and... Well, I guess it's more like Milwaukee, but they had silver and red on some of their GG ones.
Yes.
I would like to see that on one of the engines. That would be neat. But I'm thinking... So you know how they had the maroon and like yellow?
Yep.
They had black and yellow too, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so that's what I'm assuming CSX is going to go for the Pennsylvania Road one. And then New York Central, I'm saying they're going to go with the cyan one with the white stripe for New York Central.
That should be what they're probably going to go for. And heck,
well, I don't think they're going to do the same thing as NS. I mean, Conrail obviously, I'm pretty sure only like one. They had like variations of like one livery, so maybe I'm hoping CSX does. I'm hoping they paint one of their SD70 Tier 4s like the SD80 Max were painted.
Now
with Conrail quality on the side, like not just like the NS one.
To be honest, what I'm going to think that they're also going to do, they might do the Quinchfield Heritage unit next. We might.
Yeah, but, but I don't think that'll be for a little while. I'm definitely betting one of the next two is either going to be Conrail or Penn Central.
Probably is. They're probably going to.
You know, it'd be cool.
What would be cool?
If they make a New Haven Heritage unit.
Oh, brother, that would be cool.
Metro North has like 4, but like I don't see how CSX can do one.
Well, to be honest, that's crazy in a way, but it would be awesome to see.
They run on New Haven trackage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, what was the? I know the BNA was New York Central for a while.
Yep.
No, maybe they don't. I'm not sure.
Now,
wait, what railroad ran from New Haven to Boston?
The Boston and Maine.
So they'd probably do a Boston and Maine Heritage unit. Because I know they served the Page Corridor for a little bit.
Also, they'll probably do a couple of, they're probably going to do a Penn Central Heritage unit because they own Penn Central now.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to see a Penn Am Heritage unit.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
To be honest, I have a feeling what railroad
did the Pan Am run on?
The Boston and Maine.
No, the Boston and Maine, the New York Central ran on the hold up. The Boston and Maine had 2 alignments from New York to Boston.
Yep.
Oh, I'm thinking Boston Albany BM. Okay, so no, the Boston Albany. Never mind. I had a brain fart there.
To be honest, I think CSX is probably going to be the one railroad with the most heritage units. I think.
Yeah, I think they said that.
I think.
You know what I thought was cool? The German railway was making a bunch of heritage units. They caught on to us.
I know, that's funny.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. They're painting a bunch of like locomotives, like an older like paint. I thought that was neat.
Like, it's funny because imitation is flattery. Am I right? Am I right?
They painted some of their inter. So you know what BR-101 is? It's like an ALP 46.
Yep.
So they painted like I think it's like 1 or 2 of them like older like with like the cream color and the red, the cream color and the blue like line at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
To be honest, that is cool, but like I have filmed.
I'm going to Germany next month, so hopefully I see one.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome! Please catch some video and show it.
Will do.
But Gord, this is what I'm gonna be on about because CSX we bought so many railroads, they're probably going to have more heritage units than Norfolk Southern.
Yeah, I think that was the plan. They wanted to beat out Norfolk Southern.
To be honest, calculating how everything probably going to go, they're probably going to have about 50.
Yeah.
Like, did think about it.
I think it was around 30. I guess 8 times going for me.
Because there were a lot of other railroads that were a part of it. Also, you had I can't remember that, but before Pan Am, what was it called?
Give me a second. It rhymed. Guilford Rail System.
Yeah. To be honest, I think we might see a Guilford Rail Heritage Unit 2.
Yeah.
So, we're probably going to see a lot of probably heritage units from railroads from New England, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are probably going to be a lot of those around.
I don't know who owned the BNA before New York Central, unless the Central built it. I'm trying to think.
Well,
I don't think the Central built it.
It depends. But also, Tennessee and Wyoming will be buying the more DAS 8 and DAS 9 to replace all their older locomotives.
I saw that.
That's going to suck because there are going to be a lot more locomotive that should be preserved or, should be in railroad museum going to get scrapped,
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't save them all.
I know, but Zane, if maybe have one or two of the model.
There's going to be one or two in other places. What are the old DMDs like GP9s and stuff, SD40s?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah, you can find those elsewhere. It's not like a one-off locomotive.
I know. Speaking of that, that short line railroad that in New York State that not Jeep. I can't remember what they're called. GE 44 tonners.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those around Buffalo.
Well, the railroad not fully retiring them, but putting them for tourist operating, and they're buying 2 Alcos. RS3s.
Yeah, the GE 44 tons are ancient.
Well, I know.
They're really old locomotives.
I know. I talked to a friend who up there. They said they're not scrapping the locomotive because of how.
Yeah, they have one at the GE plant, and it's connected either. The GE still owns one themselves.
I know. I'm talking about that railroad that operate that steam engine.
In New York?
Yeah, that little tourist railroad that is below Buffalo.
I think I know what you're talking about. They have orange engines or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw them once. I think. Do they have SD60s? They have some EMD wide cab. I saw one.
No, it's just center cab locomotive. They use center cab locomotives to haul freight.
Okay. What are I think?
They're orange and black.
I think I saw one when I was in Buffalo. I'm not sure.
But they also have a steam engine that they use for excursion services.
Yeah.
And saying it's that they are not scrapping them, but they are retiring them and putting them for tourist operations. Because
that's good.
They are buying 2 Alco RS3s.
That's funny. You're 2023 and you're buying engines from the 50s or whenever they were made.
I know. It's funny, but it's still cool, I'm
hoping some railway buys up the P42s once Amtrak sells it. But I don't think that's going to be for a while because, again, I don't know about again. I don't know if I mentioned this. Siemens is so far behind on their orders.
I know. Because, let's be honest.
As much as Alstom, I wouldn't say they messed up with the Avelias, but, they didn't really design them for the Northeast Corridor. Siemens is so far behind on their trains.
To be honest, once Siemens do get that, plant built in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, I would say by you, but it's a lot closer to you.
Yeah. Once they get that built, it's going to, make it easier where they can, get everything built up. And it's going to be crazy seeing that happen,
I don't know why they didn't, start making stuff in their factories in Germany. Bombardier, so the ALP-45 engines, New Jersey Transit, and AMTS, I think it's that you out to Montreal. Those are built in Germany. They ship those over by boat.
Well, reason why they did it this time, because it would cost waste too much.
Well, yeah, for all of them, but if you're so far behind on orders, just catch up a little bit, build them in Germany. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there, Brightline. Welcome to the train, bud. Oop. Oh. Hey, Brightline, you there, bud?
Yeah, here, bud.
Hey, have you seen the new Heritage unit that CXX done?
Yep, I actually saw. That's one of my favorite Heritage units that I have ever seen.
Oh.
One of my. That's my favorite Heritage unit right there.
The Seaboard one.
I mean, yeah, the Seaboard was actually. I live nearby the Seaboard line.
Mm.
There's this David. David, don't you live near the Seaboard?
Yeah. like line that I live right by it called the A line, but the section of the A line I live on it called the Charleston sub. Like Charleston sub is part of the A line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see they're going to have a heritage unit of the Atlantic coastline.
Oh yeah, Gord. That would probably be a one that they'll probably do next.
I don't know about that. I was just thinking northeastern stuff because I'm up here.
That too. Right, like me and Gord were talking about, what is going to be the next heritage unit now, because they already got 3, and we're getting what is going to be the next one on the list.
Could be ACL or Seaboard Airline.
What is it? Oh, Atlantic coastline.
Yep. Those could.
No, all right, that's fair. I'm betting either Conrail or Penn Central.
Mm-hmm. That too.
I'm really New York Central. If they pull out New York Central, I'll be very happy.
Penn Central.
No, New York Central.
Yeah. Oh, New York Central.
Mm-hmm.
I live right on the New York Central main line. It used to be 4 tracks. I'm pretty sure all the way from New York City to Buffalo.
It was.
So what do you think about the Pennsylvania Railroad?
I hate the Pennsylvania Road.
Jeez.
I have personal beef with it.
Mm.
So Long Island should just be a part of the Pennsylvania because of that.
Mm.
Jeez, New York and Pennsylvania have a different rivalry. They have rivalries in different factors. Philadelphia versus the New York Giants.
The New Jersey Giants. But Buffalo is the only real New York team.
Hey, speaking that, I'll be honest.
If you didn't know, and I sound like a schizophrenic, the Jets and the Giants play in the stadium in New Jersey.
Like, I am going to bring it up. Like, are y'all looking forward to any news from Brightline? Like, when they get ready to open?
I was watching a video before. This guy didn't have a lot of subscribers. I was watching because I was bored. He was talking about how Brightline's over ambition will lead to its downfall, which honestly I kind of agree. They're going insane right now. They're doing Florida and Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should. I think now they should calm down. I don't think they should acquire anything else besides more real estate.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I have to agree with that, but right now, it's probably the right time. It reason why they're taking their chance,
Yeah.
I've heard that they got their funds ready.
Oh, speaking of that, I gotta update y'all. They're both be breaking ground sometime in August for I don't know what day in August. But rumors are saying that they're both.
I saw beginning of fourth quarter 2023, which they've been pretty on time with everything so far, so that's reasonable.
Because my friend who lived in Nevada been telling me that they are probably going to break ground in sometime in August. They're saying sometime either mid-August or late August.
I would probably say late August, being completely reasonable.
If it's late August, that would be my birthday week with August 25th.
Nice. August 25th. That's cool. I'm going to Germany first week of August, I'm pretty sure.
I know. Guys. Sorry.
The primaries have just kicked off.
Oof.
What do you mean?
The kickoff. The primaries are now underway.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to bring up the only thing I remember about my birthday is pretty bad, and that was Hurricane Harvey. Y'all remember Hurricane Harvey?
Yeah.
You know, that thing made landfall in Texas on my birthday.
Ooh.
And I actually lost 4 friends in that hurricane. My 2017 birthday was a sucky birthday. Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was downright a sucky birthday, losing, friends on your birthday from a natural disaster.
Oh, tell me about it. We get a lot of hurricanes.
I know. Heck, last time we had a hurricane hit Charleston over a year ago. That
I'll
was
let you guys know.
like, Janie, we do get hit by hurricanes, but we don't get hit by major hurricanes that often, but we are overdue for one.
Speaking of hurricanes, we're in the hurricane season.
Yeah.
We are, but we're not in the
Hopefully
peak of hurricane
Brightline-
season
hopefully
yet.
Brightline doesn't get messed up.
What?
Hopefully, you and the actual railway, because that could happen if there's any serious damage.
Yeah. Heck,
That could actually suck, man. I mean, the reason why they haven't electrified Brightline is because of hurricanes.
And Florida people.
Yep, that too. Oh my God! I just thought of something funny because you said that, Gord. Like with Florida Man. Oh my God! Just imagine Florida Man trying to flung an alligator right at an overhanging catenary.
Oh no, not the Florida Man stories again.
Like, let's be honest. Just imagine Florida Man picking up an alligator and throwing it at an overhanging catenary.
Well,
Hey, to be honest, that one way to get fried alligator. Am I right?
yeah, you're absolutely right.
But yeah. Also, did I ever told y'all that one time, that one Florida Man story where that guy threw an alligator into a drive-through window?
Holy shoot.
Someone actually done it. That's just funny, using an alligator as a weapon. It's just too hilarious.
Well, Florida Man always use alligators as semi-automatic weapons.
But
If you don't have an AR-15, just use an alligator.
it'll get the job done. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh my.
But y'all remember Battlefield Hardline, that game?
Yeah.
If you remember on one of the Florida map and in the swamp, you actually had an alligator as a weapon. Like, it was an Easter egg in Battlefield Hardline on this one map where you go around collecting the Easter egg in the middle of a game, and when you complete the Easter egg, you'll get the alligator as a weapon. It was hilarious. Like, to be honest, I have never seen any other video game make an alligator as a weapon in a way. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like getting killed by an alligator in a video game. And then next thing you know, you're getting teabagged.
Florida is actually America's weird state.
That
The
and
most random state in the union.
Ohio.
No, Ohio's the cursed state of the union. You can tell that.
Oh yeah, that right. Swag like Ohio. Swag like Ohio. I have to bust that,
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, a lot of people are mixed on CXX heritage units. Let's get back to that. Like, a lot of people got mixed opinions, but, at least we could say CXX have heritage units now.
Should I fly down the Brightline West right away in an F-15?
Oh.
Play Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh my God! If you're in flying simulator or like plane simulator, do it.
Something
Come on,
right
I
now.
want to see that.
Just do it.
Do it. Do it.
Alright, I'll tell you when I take off and when I land. I think it'll probably take like 12 minutes.
To be
Oh.
now, Gordon, never put in September 11th in Flight Simulator because it will ban you.
Well, I can confirm that is not factual.
People are already setting off fireworks. Jesus.
Rock like Ohio. Work 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 like Ohio.
You're calling my child.
Waifu.
But like Gord,
Okay.
Sorry, David.
like Brett.
Somebody has to make. Okay. Somebody has to make a Breitling body pillow for Pansy Fan.
Oh, no.
Oh my god! Too bad Pansy Fan is not able to join the live stream tonight. He sent me a message saying he is unable to join because of the family problems. That's the reason why he have not joined. But to be honest, that would be the hilarious thing because Alan Pfister have made a waifu pillow of, the Acela. Oh, let me adjust that. Like, you remember that, y'all?
Yeah, you do remember that.
That was funny. Like, people are already making memes about that.
I mean, it's satire of anime waifus.
Waifu.
Hey, guy, do you know what waifu really mean?
No.
It Asian slang. Waifu mean Asian wife. It's slang for Asian wife. Which technically mean I got a waifu because Vel is Filipino with Asian.
Waifu. Waifu.
Vel!
Waifu.
Oh my god.
Say. Look, baby.
I know.
So, okay, joking aside. Okay,
Sorry,
so
guys.
I've heard that CSX has been doing a great job, but I was watching one of those posts, and
Yes, they've been doing a great job at not electrifying their lines and using hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because there is a lot of natural disasters that can occur in our countries. One is hurricanes. The other one that Alan Fisher did not mention is tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
In
like,
fact,
nothing happens here in the Northeast besides snow.
Well, y'all do
I mean-
get some tornado in the Northeast. Like, there
Very
had.
rare. I can only recall like 2 or 3 in the past like 5 years.
but the most in the area, I believe there's actually an area called Tornado Alley, since most tornadoes go
Midwest.
there.
Well, you got a
It's like
couple in
up
Alley.
there.
You got Tornado Alley. You got Dixie Alley. You got Carolina Alley with both of the Carolinas. But you got 4 different tornado alleys. Never knew that, didn't y'all?
I'm talking about the Great Plains specifically. I'm talking about Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska,
Yeah,
possibly Iowa.
that is the main tornado alley, like the main one that everybody know.
Yeah.
But there are other tornado alley that no one talks about. But there is a lot. But Jesus, the fireworks are going off. I can hear
Oh,
they're already doing
We're-
fireworks.
we're closer to the 4th of July, baby.
Yep, 3 days away.
And today is Screw Britain month.
Oh yeah, that right. It also
Yeah, July the 1st is Canada Day.
that too. It is National Canada Day, but let's be honest, Canada is a lost cause. Am I right? We can all agree that Canada is a lost cause officially
Huh.
because
Tell me about it.
they're going to a non-castrate society. And
Oh, they are?
yep, it's been confirmed.
When did they do that?
It happened about last month.
Oh.
They went
I
to,
like 2 weeks ago.
and you know, at work they're actually planning to get rid of gun rights in Canada, is what I'm hearing.
I know they had gun rights in Canada.
Well, they're trying to get rid of gun rights right now in Canada, is what I heard.
No.
Oof, that looks like California.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, Canada to the point where I'm probably going to break into a civil war. I'm not going to lie. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Doesn't, like, Quebec want, like, independence or something?
Yeah, Quebec does want independence. That for sure.
They could just be a part of France, and then they can make high-speed rail.
No. Whoa, hold on. We don't want France. You know, France is actually... France and hell are the same, are one and the same, so I don't want France to interfere with Quebec.
Quebec is just France, too.
Gord is right about that. They already been in hell.
I don't know where the Brightline station's supposed to be. I think this is whatever the hell's the right of way.
Well, the Brightline station for Nevada, for Las Vegas, is supposed to begin about not even 2 miles out of, the Vegas Strip.
I'm definitely 2 miles out of the Vegas Strip. This is not the line I'm supposed to follow.
But
I already messed up.
But to be honest, I am interested in what is going to go on once they get everything done over there. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. By the way, they should actually add some public transit right in the middle of the Vegas Strip.
Heck,
They have the stupid monorail. That's like all they have.
that's true.
I was going the right way. Okay.
And don't forget that gadget bomb that they have. The driver, the Tesla subway system.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah, that's the stupidest of the stupidest.
Did you see they wanted to build another airport outside of Las Vegas, and they were going to use Brightline to shuttle people in?
That's just stupid. Am I right?
Well, I mean, it's Brightline. They'll get ridership, a lot of it from that airport if they do end up. It's not even it's an already existing airport. They just need to add another runway and add more terminals.
That's true. Now,
Las Vegas' main airport's going to turn into the Las Vegas version of LaGuardia.
oh, speaking of that, I want to bring it up. Kansas City is talking about bringing back commuter rail.
That's neat. I saw that.
That is, and seeing that, it's a big victory that it's probably going to happen in our lifetime. Seeing commuter rail coming to another big city.
All right, I'm following the Brightline line, but I found it.
Speaking of commuter rail, Honolulu got its new commuter rail system, the Heart Line.
To be honest, that in Hawaii is a big victory because they have not had revenue trains since the 1970s.
But there's a big flaw that is plaguing that system.
Who made a video? Was it RM Transit?
Yeah, RM Transit.
I was a little mad at RM Transit because he made a very big mistake. He was complaining about how it was super expensive, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He failed to mention that it's in Hawaii and they have to ship everything in because nothing can be made there.
That is true. That
He
thing.
failed to mention that. That's why it was so expensive because they had to ship everything in from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Well, I think almost nothing was made on site.
Nothing was made. Real? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Was it made in America, or was imported from the world?
It was made in other countries or mainland America, yes. But not a lot. You can't make a lot of stuff in Hawaii. They don't have a lot of natural resources, so everything has to be shipped in, and everything's more expensive because of that. That's why it was so expensive.
Holy moly!
Oh my god! I'm going down the Brightline Railway right now between the highway. It is so straight for like miles.
To be honest, they
That I think about it, I'm going towards San Francisco. This is not the Brightline way.
to be
I honestly don't know. The road keeps like turning at certain points.
to be on it, that right away, it probably going to be the for area to you have to probably have 200-mile-per-hour bullet trains if they do it right.
But no, the Northeast Corridor could have 200-mile-an-hour trains. They just like don't want to. I don't understand.
Jimmy-
I believe it's because of the tracks. The tracks are
like,
way too old.
in certain zones they totally could because they've tested up at like 170 before the new trains. Right?
Yeah, they have it in some areas.
Yeah, I mean it would obviously only be in like the 3 like major high-speed segments, but still they could do it.
What?
And they also have to replace some of the bridges too.
Oh, they have to replace a lot of the bridges. I think almost. I honestly okay. If you did like a poll right now for like every single Amtrak bridge in existence, I guarantee you almost 90% of the bridges Amtrak runs on are over like at least 80 years old.
That is true. Now, there is one thing I will bring up that I am going to say is that if Amtrak can get most of the bridges, like about 80, maybe 70% of the bridges upgraded and replaced, they can
They
do.
only really need to upgrade the bridges and like the segment where it slows down track, which is majority of the Northeast Corridor. A lot of the bridges Amtrak trains have to slow down to like a speed for.
Like, or to.
And, like, have you either of you been on the Northeast Corridor?
I have seen the Northeast Corridor, like when I was heading up to New Jersey, because I have
Yeah, but
family.
have you been on a train on the Northeast Corridor?
Nope.
All right, so in Philadelphia, once you get south of 30th Street, the speed limit's like 120 or something, but all the bridges are very old and like not maintained super well. So as you're going through that at like super high speed, the train's like shaking a lot. Like it's not good. They need to fix that.
That is a good point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I followed the wrong road out of Las Vegas, but I'm getting there.
The interstate going from to Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's Las Vegas, Los Angeles. One of my engines went out low on fuel. I didn't know that. Where's the nearest airport?
Jesus. Fireworks. Jesus, they're firing off fireworks left and right. But
Okay.
All right, you can say it's on a bright line. My bad.
So, by the way, Congress I just told you about that, but we are constructing 5 new metro stations here in the DR, in the Dominican Republic, which is kind of nice.
Nice.
And in Santiago, we are building the monorail system.
Oh God, monorails. Ugh.
What's wrong with monorails?
To be honest, monorails, they use tires.
They aren't very efficient, I think is what David's trying to say.
Like, to be honest, monorails are cool, but there are some problem with monorails, because you have it all concrete. Am I right?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
And thing is that, let's be honest, people don't pay attention and they put chemicals on that. It's going to crack like nothing.
What the hell?
Check what that was. But let me be honest. I'll be honest about.
Oh, it's just the fireworks.
I think the dogs are freaking out because of fireworks. Check on them. But
Can I open the door for them?
what I'll be honest about is that like, and I'm going to bring it up. Like, monorails are cool. It did that. Some of them are problematic. Also, they might be getting rid of the monorail in Disney World, of what I'm hearing. Someone have told me that they might be getting rid of an area of monorail. Like, that's going to kind of suck if that's the reality.
Yeah, tell me about it.
When were they made?
The monorail been there since Disney the Disney World park was built.
Yeah, so they're ancient.
I mean, they should actually put a Metro Mover in place of the monorail.
People,
Which, by the way, it runs on rubber tires too.
hey, let not forget that the Montreal subway system is run on rubber tires.
Well, yeah, so does the Paris one. They just copy everything from Paris. Although I was up there and I saw the REM good, so that was pretty cool.
But let me be honest, and what I'll be honest about is that it did crazy. You know? Am I right?
Yeah. Okay, so hey Gordon, haven't you ever heard about the American Freedom Train, the 1976 one?
Yeah, they got like painted for the anniversary. I saw the railroads are doing that for the 250th of now 2026.
You're fine.
Oh, what was that noise then?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I saw that.
watching people power stuff.
Oh, all right.
What was it? It was the Pennsylvania, like Northern, wherever the hell is painting some switch for that.
It's the Pennsylvania Southern.
Oh, you know what would be cool if Amtrak painted their 76th or not 76. I don't know. It'd be cool if Amtrak did a unit for that. That would be neat.
Mm.
Yeah, true.
That would be.
I don't know.
In the first run in 1975 and 1976, Amtrak was pretty young at the time, so they didn't even have resources for that.
Yeah, now they can do it.
Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah, to be honest, it would be cool seeing that to go by, you know?
I mean, the country the country is divided on important issues, and the only thing that most people can agree on is bringing back trains.
No, I wouldn't say most people. A lot of people are like, well, okay. Here's my problem with people who don't want trains back. You want to drive, right? So if there's trains in the equation, there's less traffic on the road, and that means you can drive easier. You don't have to worry about less traffic, less drivers, less bad drivers, because most good drivers want to be on the road, and some bad drivers don't want to be on the road if they're forced to. So it's really a win-win for everyone. And what gets paid a little bit more in taxes, like we don't pay a lot already.
To be honest, if you want to know reason why transit is not that much here in the U.S., you can look at the corruption with car company and get in their influence, because car company with car insurance, mechanic stops, all of that, this is what I'll be honest about. All of them have an influence where they just, want to keep everything in tip-top state. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, people need jobs. There needs to be an economy. The more jobs, the better the economy is.
I know. It's just that.
Good. But again, if trains generate more jobs, it's a win-win for everyone.
I know. Gene, it's that big car corporation, they don't like transit or trains, because if people have more option, they won't take a car. They won't buy a car. They won't, get car insurance. Mechanic shop won't be able to repair cars and actually fix cars, because there won't be that many.
I gotta say, I've watched Alan Fisher's videos about the problems with Dallas, and I haven't heard a single American company that makes bullet trains.
Wait, what did you say before that you cut out? Or you cut out for me at least.
I said that there is no American company that designs bullet trains.
There's no American company that makes passenger trains, period.
There used to be.
No, I lied. Brookville technically makes stuff, but they're like very small.
Yeah,
Brookfield. I'm not talking about passenger trains. I'm talking about bullet trains.
No, I know. I'm saying passenger trains in general. Never mind bullet trains. Like, just passenger trains at all, we don't make them. They're all imported from either Europe or Asia.
Or they're built by foreign company here in the U.S., like, Alson.
Well, yeah, that's a U.S. regulation. So, do you know Lucid Stu? He's a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his stuff's really interesting. I was watching one of his videos before. So, you know Brightline West used to be Express West, correct?
Correct.
So, they teamed up with a Chinese business, which this might have been good in the end to not team up with them, but whatever. So, they were in the agreement as long as they could make the trains and import them from China. And the FRA said, no, you can't do that. You have to make them here. The Chinese backed out of the deal, and then Express went back to square one before Brightline bought them. So that's why they're made here. It's FRA regulation.
And that's insane. Oh, Val, crank the fan up and turn it a little bit this way. 1 minute, I got to tap my right. Crank the fan up and turn it this way. I'm overheating.
Huh?
I'm overheating. Ooh, that better. Sorry, a little hot, guys.
Sorry, David.
But let me be honest. What I'll be honest about is that was a good decision because now they are buying locomotive built in the U.S. You know what I mean?
Who?
Brightline.
Well, yeah, but the money is going back to Germany, where Siemens is from. It's not an American company.
I know, but
is that what you were trying to get at?
I mean, American made. At least it's American made by a German.
True. Well,
By a German firm.
Like GE made the Metro liner is the only high-speed train that has ever come out of the U.S. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Now here.
I guess those first-generation turbos were really freaking fast.
Those first-generation turbos will both be high-speed train. They was supposed to be.
What?
The turbo sets.
Yeah, the ones that run near me work super fast, but the first gen ones with the dope car in the front, they got like 176.
Yeah.
I think that's still a North American rail speed record that we've yet to break.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. The German ICE might have beat it when it came over in the 90s. I'm not sure, honestly.
But to be honest, I'd rather have a German company building trains for the U.S. than a Chinese company.
Well, yeah, because the Chinese are communists, and we're good allies with Germany. But like,
you know, Demetrius hates communism.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, even though you're a Chinese train building factory in, Detroit, not Detroit. Hey guys, there is a Chinese building train plant somewhere in the U.S. I can't remember what state.
Yeah, they're making cars for SEPTA, and they're making cars for Montreal, and they suck so much they haven't entered service yet.
And the thing is that they plant it somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Is it?
I have a theory on SEPTA, by the way.
What the theory?
When y'all are done. Okay, so you know how they have the ACS-64s, right?
Yes.
You know how Amtrak wants to get rid of theirs?
Yep.
I think they're going to acquire Amtrak instead of buying new ones. Because they're going to want more for their push-pull trains with the new I-levels when they enter service.
Mm.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to get Amtrak's old ones if anyone else is going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Also, probably going to see that happen not Metra, but the railroad up there in Massachusetts.
MBTA?
Yeah, MBTA.
They want Stadler stuff. But I agree with you. But most of their stations along the Northeast Corridor, they're not electrified fully. Like, they'll split off, and then there's just no cat in there. So that won't be very expensive at all.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard there is going to be a project called the Empire Corridor, another high-speed rail corridor.
Yes, that goes right past me. So here there was three. I would say three main things, which I really hope they go for the last one, but it's not realistic. So number one was upgrading the two current tracks. So there's like two sub options, or building one new single track main line next to the CSX right away, all the way from Syracuse. Give me a second, let me think.
Speaking of that PO98 is going by, the Silver Meteor.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, they were planning on doing that non-electrified. The other one was the same one as the Triple Trek, except 110 miles an hour, and I think some electrification, and then the best option would be 125 track, 125 mile an hour track right away, and fully electrified. So that would be very neat. But I hope the 110 thing happens. I doubt the 125 thing will happen.
To be honest,
have a third 125 mile an hour main line in the U.S. for regional rail.
mm-hmm. To be honest, the U.S. we're slowly starting to pick up. It's just that we're so far behind. It's going to take up probably about 40 years before we catch up with the world. You know.
Yeah, and that's when they're going through improvements too. So we're going to even further improvements.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they can keep the big oil industry and all that out of the mix, hopefully.
I know, and that gonna be tooth and nail to keep that out, but hopefully we do manage to keep it out.
Listen, the lobbyists in Washington D.C. don't like high-speed rail.
I don't understand why they don't, because the electric's going to come from fossil fuels anyway. We haven't invested in nuclear power, and the other forms of electric are not like as good.
I'm talking about the airlines and the cargo.
Oh, I think you're talking about big oil. Yeah, the airlines, they don't like that. It's competition. But big oil, I don't see why they wouldn't like it, because it would be powered by oil anyway, or gas or whatever.
That is true, and to be honest, if we start cracking down on them, eventually we will get it. Because let's be honest, the only reason they're allowing commuter rail and stuff because less and less people are wanting to drive. Like
and they're not being electrified, the commuter lines.
That, and also people are getting sick and tired of having everything built around cars. Like we are hitting the tipping point where people are saying enough with the car built infrastructure. Right? People are getting sick and tired of it.
I mean, the oil company has. I mean, the government. I won't see the government cracking down on big oil because, let's be real here. Big oil has politicians. They bought out politicians so they can actually serve for their interests, not for the people.
Mm-hmm. Problem is that people are starting to realize that, and people are going to start digging to make sure they get someone who is not paid out by the oil company. So stuff for the oil company is going to get hard.
That's what I call the establishment.
So we're going to be seeing in our decade probably a tipping point where big oil won't have a fighting chance anymore, where they get oofed. Because we're starting to see the tipping point, you know?
Yeah.
Like people here in Charleston are getting sick and tired. Heck, if you remember about a month ago, there were people protesting on an interstate in San Francisco saying more trains, less traffic.
As much as I hate California, I think they're going to lead the way to transforming our infrastructure.
To be honest, I have to agree with that. That and Florida.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that with call trains.
Yeah, I wish they would get locomotives because they're and open up possibly another route or extension or something.
To be honest,
they're be electrifying the San Jose after that. There's some diesel stuff, which I'm assuming is going to be the baby bull train test because they just ordered those.
Like, to be honest, what I'm going to be honest about, guys, and that California and Florida are going to be the two to change the way, because look at that. Other states are already looking at it. Like Kansas City is already wanting to bring back a commuter rail system that they have not had since the 1960s. Let me remember the other one. Minnesota, like the Twin Cities in Minnesota, they're looking at high-speed rail. Chicago is talking about it and upgrading their tracks and are starting to get stuff done.
You
Like-
have Tennessee, which is another. They're looking for they're looking for an Amtrak service. You've got Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. Do you see the Amtrak connectors map for Ohio?
Oh yeah, that gonna be nuts.
And what about Wisconsin? I've heard about a project that they just.
I think they want to do a route up to Green Bay from Chicago, which would follow a current route for like some of the way, but it would go its own route.
Like,
There was a high-speed rail project up in Wisconsin, and I believe they shut it down.
Here's my problem with high-speed rail right now. We don't know how to build it. We should focus on learning how to build our regional rail lines again up to world-class standard before we even touch high-speed rail.
like to be honest, we lost our standard back in the 50s and 60s because a few people in office, which I already talked about him. You know I talked about him before.
Yes, yes.
Eisenhower. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know how yeah, he kind of fucked us with the interstate system. I
Plus-
can't lie.
Plus, also, he was one who allowed suburbia to run rampant and allowed them to change zoning. Like, when you think about it, the suburbia wasteland we have now and the awful interstates, but from him allowing that stuff to get approved.
You know, we have in my country, suburbia is rampant in Punta Cana,
Mm-hmm.
and most Americans do not like it there.
And to be honest, do you know what country get blamed for bringing all of that there? Our country, the U.S. We get blamed
Yeah.
for it. Ugh. Am I right?
Yes.
And to be
Exactly.
honest, suburbia, it did something that didn't need to be set up in flames. Am I right?
Yeah.
Just set it up in flames and forget about it. Bulldoze it to the ground, turn it into multi-use development with apartments, makes you housing with businesses on top or businesses below and housing on top. Make it where you don't have that many car parking lots, get rid of parking garages, and you'll be building a sustainable, better society, you know, making it walkable. Am I right?
No, you're absolutely right. And don't forget, just make it transit accessible too.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Most people don't think about that. Am I right?
We should actually try to change the name from suburbia to subtransit. Yes, to subtransitia or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a better name for this transit utopia.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Like, here, Jane, New Jersey can be an example too. Like, literally, the suburban development ideal came from there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, we think at, the white picket fence as a dream, but reality is white picket fence ideal is a terrible ideal from the boomer generation who did a bunch of idiots. Am I right?
Yeah. True.
Heck, to be honest, boomers are the worst. Am I right?
They were the generation that really started suburbia.
Also, the generation after them the Gen Xers. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, they learned from the boomers, and then the millennials came along.
And let's be honest, the millennials and Gen Zers are sick and tired of it, you know? Like, both of our generation are fed up to the point where we're just tired of, the dumb stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, heck, a lot of big cities that have not had transit since the 50s and 70s are probably going to be getting it back. Heck, even Detroit. They're talking about bringing rail transit, like commuter rail, back to Detroit of all places.
Yes, the Motor City.
Detroit had so much potential, they just didn't.
And here, Jane, the last time they had a commuter rail system in Detroit lasted up until the mid-'80s. And that got killed off by
Hold up, Detroit. You mean the home of the automobile? That's where most automobiles came from, Detroit.
Yep. Also, there was a commuter rail system in Detroit. That ended in the 1980s. You know,
It was something successful for a while too, believe it or not.
like literally, it was successful, but they still did not want to keep it up. And that's saying a lot. They did not want a commuter rail to succeed. What saying is that a lot of the big cities that are run by people who have money in the car companies, and the big oil company have their money in it, and they don't want commuter rail to succeed. You know? But saying is it getting harder to do that because the newer generation, they don't want to drive, but they're getting sick and tired of suburban development and single-family home being shoved down their throat like no tomorrow. Like, let's be honest, the millennial and Gen Zers are getting sick and tired of it. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally, I had someone who was a Gen Zer why they are moving from the U.S., and they said that they could not deal with the car infrastructure anymore. They said that they were fed up that you had to drive everywhere in order to live, order to drive everywhere to go to work. And he said that he would move it from the U.S. to the Netherlands where he would not have to buy a car in order to live.
I mean, in order to drive, you have to. It's not. In order to drive, you have to have a driver's license.
Exactly.
Driver's license.
Jane is
A
it that,
driver's license is a privilege, not a right.
and that
And
Jane, the people back from the 40 all the way through the 60 drilled it in the not the millennial, but the boomers and Gen Xers head that, you know, a car is freedom. Cars are the right, you know? But
well, they are freedom. They are not a right.
they're not a right. They're a privilege. It's a privilege.
they're not a freedom either. They are a privilege. To be honest,
What you were saying, Gort?
Oh, I said I get my driver's license in October.
Oh, nice.
oh nice. But to be honest, I actually got to renew my permit in about 13 days because my permit expires on the 14th.
What car do you have?
Not a car. I don't have a car. I usually drive my mom's truck with her in there.
Oh, nice. I got a truck.
But to be honest, we don't need to keep on building trucks bigger and bigger. Like, stop with the bigger vehicles. We're getting sick and tired of it. Am I right?
Europeans have smaller vehicles that go off road.
Exactly. And then we got the stereotypes out there.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, okay, like big trucks are fine because like you might need to haul stuff, which I do have like lawnmowers and all that. But like, I don't know why people have like SUVs and only have like a 3-person family and like a dog. But they don't need a Suburban. It's not necessary.
I know, like, if you live in a big city where everything is walkable, you don't need a big-ass truck.
Yeah. No, I cannot imagine driving my truck down New York City. That'd be awful.
Yeah. Like, even Alan Fisher did a video talking about this stuff.
Yeah. I'd rather drive my truck locally than actually going from one state to another.
Like, to be honest, the only time I will drive a big truck somewhere is out in the wilderness. Like, or if I need a heavy job done.
Yeah.
I will not use a truck for grocery shopping. You know? Like, the people who did buy trucks to carry their egos are just idiots. Am I right? But it did crazy. Am I right about that, Gordon Brightline?
Yeah.
Like, not just Bike even did a video about it. like, literally, it's saying a lot. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. By the way, Santa Domingo is about to look into Brightline's example of
Why?
they're looking to Brightline's. They're actually looking for a way to a private company to contract them right now.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I did see that.
Private companies. I don't understand. I mean, I guess if people depend on it, well, even then it's fine.
They think they're a public-private enterprise, so.
I've been flying in like a straight line, and I took off from like coastal California, and I'm already like halfway over the Cascade Mountains.
Oh, speaking of Gore, me and Brightline and Pensy Fan were talking about it last week. We agreed if if Elephant ever did a video talking crap about Brightline, like Pensy Fan was going to make a video calling him out.
I don't know why I guess he doesn't like it because it's privately owned. I guess.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of flaws regarding Brightline. Number one there's a lot of crossings.
I'm
sorry for stuttering. It's not cheap to have great separations at every crossing. Now, Florida drivers weren't so damn bad at driving; it wouldn't even be a problem at first. But
to be honest,
there are crossings that cannot be grade separated.
Yeah, I know. Like, people just need to understand that.
And here it's saying why not we do what Europe and like Asia and like Europe and Asia does, and have the thing that go up like the blockades that was up out around to block the car from trying to come on track when a train is coming. Like, would that be so hard to have? Am I right?
Yeah, one thing to do is to privatize Amtrak, which is.
I saw that, and they were like, "Oh, like Amtrak are unsafe." Yeah, the trains that have been running for 50 years now safely, with very little incidents, and all incidents regarding them haven't been their problem.
I know. Oh, speaking of that, y'all heard about that Amtrak wreck in California a couple of days ago?
Oh
yeah. It was the first ALC made too, right? It was number 300.
Yes. Like.
Yeah, well, it got derailed, man. It hit a truck, I believe.
It hit the truck. It hit the truck right before a bridge, and when the train dragged the truck down and hit the bridge, it caused the train to jump the tracks and derailed. The locomotive don't look badly damaged. It is damaged, but it's not bad enough where it can be scrapped. So they're probably going to take it to shop and repair it. You know?
Yeah, which they have to ship it all the way over to Beech Grove, which is in Indiana.
So yeah, and speaking about those equipment, there's a lot of equipment that Amtrak can use, but they're not broken down.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm talking about in Beech Grove, Indiana. I'm talking about.
No, I was there. I was there a few months ago. Like, almost everything there was involved in a wreck, and it's like like, you know how cars, when they're structurally damaged, they're like counted as like totaled.
I mean, they should actually repair those cars.
Yeah, but they can't because there's actual structural damage. It isn't safe according to the FRA.
Yeah.
I was there. I was asking a bunch of questions, so like all the
yeah. So I've heard there was another comment saying specifically that Amtrak should actually.
No, they do a bunch of stuff there. I saw stuff there still in like Phase 4 paint from like the 90s or like Phase 3.
Okay.
To be honest,
that fitting around on Beech Grove is unsafe, right?
What?
I'm talking about it's not structurally safe.
Yeah, like if the equipment has structural damage, it's not safe. It doesn't pass like crashworthiness. Because all like trains in the U.S., I believe it's like a minimum of like 1 million pounds compression on each end for them to be deemed safe.
Okay.
So I guess CRRC was, or I don't know, some Asian company was going to make the cars for Amtrak before Siemens, but they put them in like the safety testing thing, and they crumbled like paper, like they were not safe. Talgos did the same thing, but they got waived by the FRA because there was like multiple events.
I know what you're talking about. The Surfer Liner. They made a bunch of cars for the Surfer Liner.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't think it was the same people, possibly.
But yeah, to be honest,
I think it was the people who made the gallery cars, but they weren't good.
To be honest, I do see like because I done said that like we're starting to hit rock bottom with everything, and everything is starting to slowly come back up. You know,
Yeah.
like we're starting to hit rock bottom, but it's only a matter of time before we start climbing up. Like I'll probably be in my 40, maybe even 50 by the time we'll have good high-speed rail in the U.S.
Oh, speaking of high-speed rail, I shared a map with you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, Brightline.
Yeah, so what do you think of it?
To be honest, that would be pretty good for the South. Like, it connects all the major cities, all the secondaries major city, because Charleston, to be honest, Charleston is a major city when you think about it. Like, people don't realize how important Charleston is when you just think about it on a map.
Yeah, I mean, the high-speed rail route starts starts from Orlando all the way up to Washington, D.C. And it links from Washington, D.C., I believe it could link to the Northeast Corridor.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
If we put the Southeast Corridor and the Northeast Corridor together, it would be called the Great Eastern Corridor.
Probably the East Corridor sounds better.
But to be honest, it would bring so many jobs. It would improve because, let's be honest, the South eventually going to end up like the North. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're saying the next area that are going to have to populate in New York is from Atlanta, Georgia to Charlotte, North Carolina. They're saying that area, in the upstate of South Carolina, it going between North Carolina and Georgia, it's going to have to populate in more to New York in the next 2 decades or so.
I see.
So that would be a good area to do high-speed rail, you know?
Yeah.
The problem is that we're going to have NIMBYs and Suburbanite Airline, a big oil company, fighting against it. But, yeah. All right, Gord had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But, am I right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Speaking of high-speed rail, where's Demetrius?
I know. He got to come back. He got to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think he's really busy.
Mm-hmm. But I'll try to message him later on. But it is starting to get late. Val got work at 7 in the morning. I got work at 12 tomorrow.
All right then. I guess I'll see you later next week.
Yeah, see you too, bud. Later.
Later.
That was a 2-hour live talking about that stuff. Wow. But yeah, stuff we did got in real deep to. It did crazy, but yeah. Now it is 10:15 at night. Val got to get ready to go to bed. Valley Poo. Emma. She got to get ready to go to bed. I got to get ready to go to bed very soon. But all the stuff we've been talking about this week is crazy.
That's the longest of the longest, baby.
I did a 4-hour live stream talking about trains, Val.
You don't want me to go to bed, don't you?
I do that reason why I'm getting ready to end the live stream. But yeah, but it's up. I do.
Yep.
Snuckle. But yeah, but it is 4th of July weekend. It is Saturday night, and I hope everybody who is off today is having a good time.
Rock and roll.
That right, but it's been a crazy time. Now, it is getting dark. Or check, it already is dark, so yeah. It already 10:16, so yeah. But I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Please like and subscribe. And
talk to you guys
later, and have a nice 4th of July holiday. Have a night, everyone.
Rock and roll.
Bye.
David, rock and roll.
All right.